Today's vid is an idea that occurred to me while I was watching something else, and then that led to me finding a video entitled "You Can't Trust Anything Anymore," and it had to do with AI, of course. And I decided to leave a comment that someone ended up replying to, and I happened to see it, which I never look for comments or comment replies, but it came up on my email. By accident, clicked on it and it expanded, and I was able to sight read it. And then I said, hold up. So then I actually read it out, and I said, this is a reply that actually helped me put my original thought together a little better. From there on out, I said, I know this is going to be a great topic. And I expect for maybe all of you to disagree with the way I look at things and potentially agree with this person. But I just hope that I can express my point of view clearly enough to where at least you can understand what I'm trying to portray, what I'm trying to achieve, what I'm trying to say. It's one of those things that, in a sense, I completely agree with this guy. This would not be something for everybody. But someone like me, I can say that I can see the benefit of it and it would not affect me negatively. Let's dive into it. Before I dive into my comment that I left on this channel, let me describe the spot that I felt inspired me to leave the comment. The creator was mentioning something like Sora, that AI video generator thing that we're all freaking out about. The content creator said that he couldn't see how this would be a positive thing. And then I paused the video, and for a second I just thought about it. I just said to myself, under what circumstance would I want to create a video? And then I remembered times in which I had dreams, or I could foretell things, or I had memories that I wish I could show to somebody, and I just couldn't. I remember saying a lot to people in general throughout my life that I wish I could plug a cable into my brain so that it could be projected onto a TV for you to see exactly what I saw, or for you to see exactly the idea that I see. Because sometimes ideas are not easily put into words. And sometimes you're in a chapter in your life in which you don't have enough vocabulary yourself. You may not have been exposed or experienced enough in a topic to develop your vocabulary in that regard. With that context in there, my comment to the answer of, I don't see how this would be useful, I said, for me, it would be uploading a picture of my grandfather with me and it being turned into a living model so I can recreate memories from my childhood I have with him since he's not around anymore. So basically, it sounds exactly like what I said. I have pictures of him from when I was an infant. If I were to be able to throw that into an AI, I would love to tell my mom, hey mom, you were there the day that this picture was taken. Shit, you were the one to take this picture. What else do you remember about that day? And let's turn your vision, your memory, into a movie. Because I find it incredibly sad that sometimes there are stories, there are people who end up forgotten because their stories stop being told. And I'm saying that my grandfather is a person who I wish I had more memories about, living memories about. And what better way to do that than somebody who knew them for much longer than I did? Or in some cases, some of us may have lost somebody when we were children, and some people simply did not have living footage of themselves. And I think that it's not fair that just because our advances were not there yet, we have to miss out on that stuff. This is giving me an opportunity to, you guys know that my favorite thing is to do what? Tell stories. So if I have a tool that can help me give an enhanced version of a story, you better believe I'm gonna dive into that opportunity. The dissenter replied to me with, bad idea. It's dangerous to not accept loss and not move on. I understand, I've lost people too. Where in my comment did it sound like I was having trouble letting go of my grandfather. I let go of my grandfather probably within the first 5 or 6 days when he died. I get over that shit pretty quickly. My relationship with death and loss is one that I can certainly say I breeze through. And remember, my grandfather was a big deal for me. He was the only real paternal figure that I had. So to lose him, especially at such a young age, it was a big deal for me. But the good thing is that mom herself encouraged me to let him go. And one of the things that she did when she lost him, this is her dad, remember, just to emphasize, she let him go very soon. She let him go probably faster than me, maybe within 3 or 4 days or so. I do not remember my mom at all being trapped by the thought of my grandfather being gone. So by me observing that, I can say that I'm prepared for when my mom has to go. Is it going to hurt and mess with me? Yeah, but I'm prepared because I have thought about this before. But even as much as I say that I'm prepared, there's going to be some stuff that's gonna come at me and hit me. And sure, I'm gonna have to go through it. But it's not like, oh my God, I just cannot live with the fact that my mom is gone. I'm not that kind of person. I've never been. And then officially, the reply that I left for this person was, to me, it isn't. I have accepted he's gone and moved on. I'm just sad I never got to take a video. So before I die and my memories along with me, I would like to recreate them to share them with the generation who didn't meet him. He is worth remembering. That's literally it. So my memories that I have with my grandfather, I think could be valuable because I did spend time with him. That time that I spent with him, nobody else had, nobody else shared. And at some point, I'm gonna grow old, I'm gonna start forgetting shit. I already am forgetting a lot of my early childhood. I'm saying that if there's something out there that can assist me at preserving memories, I'm going to do it, especially if there are people who could benefit from that. The new generation, the grandkids who are being born now, who never met them, I think it would be nice for them to have an opportunity to have an actual living representation of those who they don't get to meet, but were important figures in the family. That's what this is about, because our culture now is a very visually driven one. Why would I not use technology to help me? It's not gonna be perfect. I cannot recreate with perfection my grandfather's mannerisms, his exact tone and stuff, but I can give an idea, a depiction, something better than a still photo. If I can take a photo and give it some more life, I think that's an improvement. Now, if you struggle to move on from your loss, that is another problem. But this person is treating me like I'm someone who has problems with letting go of people who are no longer around when he doesn't know me, and that's not a problem that I have. Like I just described, that all of the family members who I have lost, who I knew, it's like, okay, they're gone. Goodbye. Part ways. That's all you do. Are they important? Yes. Do I miss them? Yes. Do I wish they would have been around for a little longer? We all say that. But I in no way struggle with letting go of people. I'm not easily fooled. I would be able to tell AI generated content about my loved ones without a doubt. I don't need to be convinced. I feel like this person put too many assumptions into it, but I can say that I can be on his side. I can share his concern because there are people out there who do struggle with letting go. They do struggle with coping with loss. Those people need to be managed differently. But for me, for my individual case, the reason I have this idea is because I know it would work for me. Is because I know it's healthy for me. It would be helpful for me. I in no way suggested that it would be something good for everybody. And that's why my very first two words were, for me, dot, dot, dot. It would be uploading a picture, blah, blah, blah. It's as if I chose my words wisely, like I always do. But there you guys have it. I thought that I would mention this to see how you guys perceive it. Do you think this is a good thing or do you think it's a bad thing? For me, it's a good thing, like everything in life. You have to be responsible. You can choose to drive your car like an absolute idiot and get fucked up or ruin your life in some way. But as a tool, when you use it responsibly, it works. I think that some of the problems that we face as a society is that we are very bad about taking responsibility, especially responsibility for our well-being, our wellness. The things that are good for us, we tend to take them for granted or not know how to hold on to. And then the things that are bad for us, sometimes we cannot part ways with. Food. It's a necessary component, a necessary thing. We need it to survive. But do people abuse it? Yes. Do people not consume it responsibly and face the consequences? Yes. AI is going to be the same thing. As a tool, it will be magnificent in certain areas. Is there going to be a motherfucker ass loser who's going to use it wrong and mess things up for some of us? Yes. How about if you just prepare yourself for that? Take some accountability. Be proactive about impeding those things from happening. But that's just me. See you soon.